I'm gonna be turning into a scary clown.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
First things first, bald cap it up. Here's what the prosthetic mask moment is looking like. So I'm gonna start by painting that a little bit, powder her house down, add some details, maybe a pop of color or two. How can I make it scarier? Oh, I know, bald. Really, really bombastically bald. Also, eyebrows, snatched, gone. Head, massive. It's giving Megamind, it's giving Slay. Now we paint that head to kind of match the face prosthetic moment. We powder her house down boots. We paint her to match. We stencil on some detail to kind of add that funkiness. And now the texture is giving ew. Just because I'm bald doesn't mean our clown needs to be, so I'm taking a Queen of Hearts wig, giving her a haircut, and taping it to my head. Dabbing on a scary bodily substance, and then slay. This is me, Halloween 2006. Who am I supposed to be, you might ask? Only my favorite character from my favorite Halloween movie, and I'm gonna be recreating that character for you right now. I've always loved spooky movies, and I just created an IMDb iconic Halloween makeup watch list. These movies are gonna help me get inspired to create more Halloween makeup looks for you guys. I added all of my favorite titles, including Corpse Bride, Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas. Can you guess which one of them I'm turning into right now? Use your context clues. I know you can get it. I added Coraline because it was the first movie that I remember scaring the absolute crap out of me when I was younger. And if you dig closely on my watch list, you might even find a movie that I'm in. If you want to check out the rest of the movies I added to my IMDb watch list, it is just Sydney Morgan. Corpse Bride, Slay.
Y'all aren't ready for the makeup I'm gonna do today because I'm doing Five Nights at Freddy's. I am being boring and I'm gonna do Freddy, okay? But it's gonna be like the withered version. So this is the design. Hopefully it's gonna look better on my face than it does on picture. And I'll try to make this a tutorial in case this is something you guys wanna do for Halloween. First, I'm gonna start by gluing down one of my eyebrows just to flatten it down. Make sure you use washable glue, okay? I am putting on foundation. I'm gonna avoid this eye because we're gonna do something fun with it later. Whipping out my very clean face paint and using this dark brown to do contour. We want to be giving bear. Setting my face with powder like you normally do. Now this eye is gonna have a semi-normal makeup on it. I'm basically gonna do like an extreme smoky eye. I drew on a little eyeliner and I'm gonna connect it to underneath my eye. Add a little bit of shading. I'm also making my eye seem bigger with some white. I decided to pop on an eyelash too because Freddy can be a little glam tonight. Now to the fun part. I'm bringing out the big guns, my very, very clean water-activated paint palette. We're gonna do some robot lines. I don't know how else to describe them, so just follow what I do. First, it's gonna be from the corner of the mouth to the tip of the ear. Like that. Same thing here. Boom. Now from the middle of the eye, straight down. By the way, here's a life hack. The faster you go, the easier it is to draw a straight line. Using a brush with thin, long bristles makes it so much easier too. Obviously, we need more lines. From the middle of the eye and up. The line is a little thicker here because that's gonna be a crack. And I'm gonna add some lines from the corner of the lip and down. I'm gonna go over some of the lines and make them thicker to give the illusion that my face is more broken. Like right here. There's gonna be a big break right here too. Before I fill in these places with black, I'm gonna add some wires. There's gonna be a blue one right here. And let's put some here too. And now I'm just gonna fill the spaces with black. I got these foam sheets from Michaels and I started cutting out little wires out of them. I'm gonna use some liquid latex to glue them on, but if you don't have liquid latex, you can use eyelash glue. I'm basically just trying to make it look more 3D. While these bad boys are drying, I'm gonna add just a few more lines. I'm sure you'll see where this is going. Oh yeah, baby. How dare I forget about the nose? So cute. Let's move on to the shading. I'm just using some brown eyeshadow. The key here is to leave a little gap between the black lines and the shadow. I'm gonna use this tiny eyeliner cap and put some paint on it. And I'm gonna make some bolts. I'm using some white to add some highlights. The next part is gonna be a little scary because I'm gonna glue down my eye. I'm using skin tape that I bought on Amazon. And it's literally exactly what it sounds. I'm gonna close my eye and glue it down. And I'm gonna draw a hole over this. And I'm basically gonna recreate the same thing that I did here, but on my eye. And of course, filling the negative space with black. Ooh, baby, it's coming together. Adding some shading in the same way. And of course, I'm gonna glue on some wires. Bada bing, bada boom, baby, look at that. I have decided that I also want a line right here. And I'm also gonna paint my top lip black. I put on this cute button up and now my neck looks empty. So I'm thinking just straight down. That's not straight, help. Okay, I think that's fine. Now for the headpieces, I made this hat out of foam and wires. And I made this broken ear also out of foam and wires and string. I clipped both of those things in with bobby pins and other clips, and this is the final result, you guys. And she looks even better in the dark. Tag me if you'll decide to try this.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Okay, I literally do a purge mask makeup every year, and I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest things you can do for Halloween. I'll be doing this guy right here. This look I posted in 2020. If you're scared to mess up or you're just new to makeup, you can always start by mapping out the lines with a concealer or a paint that's close to your skin color. Let's start with the eyes. We want to put crosses through our eyes. Imagine your pupil as the middle where the crosses would intersect. I'm just gonna start right here. Boom. Boom. And I like to start from the side of the nose just to keep the center of my face clean. Boom. Now to the mouth. I find it easier to start from the center again. I'm gonna start between my lip and my nose and pull the smile up slightly beyond where the line of the cross ends. Same thing on the other side. For the bottom, I like to go like way beyond the lip because if I put a dot right here, it's not gonna be visible when I look straight. So instead, I'm gonna start right here. And same thing, pull her up. Now for the little stitches, it's always easier to start in the middle. Literally a straight line. I'm gonna go for another straight line right here. It's a lot easier if you don't talk while doing this. Now for the crosses. I'm gonna be keeping the lines pretty close until we go all the way here. Same thing here, pretty close to the end of the other line and going up. Last cross is gonna be the same, keeping the edges together. Boom. And this cross is here, so this one's gonna be right there. Same thing on the other side. I'm also going to be putting a line on my forehead, and also you can play around with it like it's your mask. You can see how big you want your forehead to be. Straight to the side, and then slanted down to the where the cross is. Now you can keep the lines only on the forehead, but just for fun, I'm going to add one to my chin as well. This one's going to be like an outline where the contour usually goes. And again, just for fun, I'm going to connect it to the top. Trust the process, guys. The hard part is over. There's like a million different ways to do this technique, but I like to do the blending before I put the straight lines on. I'm whipping out my eyeshadow palette. This is the Mean Girls X Profusion one. It has a lot of colors, and I'll be using this hot pink one right here. Using this dense-ish brush, I'm just gonna start packing pigment onto the concealer lines. And the thickness of these lines really depends on your preference. I like to keep them kind of thick so they can be seen from the distance. And I'm doing this to all of the lines. I promise you we're almost done. You can go straight for the white lines, but just to add some detail, I'm gonna add some pink ones first. I suggest using any water-activated paint, but today I want to use this blacklight activated one. I don't want to bore you with me drawing the same lines I already did, so I will check back in when it's time to add the white. I realized that I forgot the nose part, so I added that too. Now using a much thinner brush, I'm gonna use white to put in the middle of all of these lines. Again, this part is a lot easier when you're not talking and moving. I did that to all of the lines, and now I'm using a toothbrush to flick some color on my neck. I'm gonna do like a funky hairstyle just for fun too. I think this is giving purge. Now you can stop right here, you can pop some lashes on, but I wanna go for a creepier vibe, so I'm gonna put on contacts. Boo, baby! Let me show it to you without the lights and with the black light. Hello? I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know what other tutorials you want to see in the future. Bye!
Fake nails to vampire teeth. File the nail. Dentures? I'm gonna test this out. I just got these at my local drugstore. They look like a good teeth color. Pull these out. I also have a ton of nail care stuff. I'm gonna clip it a little first. Now we're gonna give it a little shaping. It actually filed very easily. Now here's my denture glue, something I never thought I'd be saying. Put a little dot on the back, and here's the moment of truth. It literally looks so good. And feels very solid. I give this hack a 10 out of 10. You guys definitely need to try it.
Good morning, lovely people. It's literally 3 p.m. where I am, but it's morning for me, okay? It's time for another makeup tutorial. And I'm gonna be turning myself into a siren. Like the scary, hello? The scary mermaid kind, yes. I changed into a tube top so I can do things on my shoulders too. Y'all know the drill. I'm starting by gluing down my eyebrows. I want my skin to be like a grayish blue, so I'm gonna mix a few colors together till I like it. I got this color right here. And now it's time to fill all my pores with paint. She is giving Smurf. I'm gonna use white and blue as a contour stick and a concealer. And I'm going over all these areas with blue eyeshadow. I did a ginormous wing and put on some lashes. It's time to start drawing the gills, and I'm whipping out my extremely clean paint palette. Let's start by putting a big one right here. I want there to be 3 of them. I'm not making them even on purpose, by the way. I feel like she needs some on her forehead too. I'm using a tiny brush to blend these lines downwards. I'm using a lighter shade of blue to highlight the gills on the top. She's looking a little too pretty, so I'm adding some little tears. I'm gonna use a round brush to do the scales. I'm basically just flipping it upside down and dragging it up. I got these colorful toothpicks, and I'm gonna pick out the blue ones and stick them on to make spikes. While these guys are drying, I'm gonna move to the lips. Now I'm gonna put on a wig. This is the same one I used for the Wednesday look. I also painted these guys right here, and I'm gonna clip them into my hair. So cute. I'm gonna pop in some white contacts and I'll be done. Y'all, I also think I might have found the perfect thing to finish this look off. I can't talk, but this is the final look.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
After staring through the keyhole at the woman with pale skin for a few more seconds, the man leans away and considers knocking on the door. He comes to the conclusion that that might not be the best idea and returns to his room. The following day, the man can't seem to stop thinking about the pale woman who has been locked away in that room. He returns to the door and peeks through the keyhole once again. He can't see the room anymore. All he can see is red, as if something is covering the keyhole. He decides to return to the front desk, curious on whether the staff has found out about him peeking in through the keyhole and decided to block it with something red. He talks to the front desk attendant, who simply asks if the man had peeked in through the keyhole. The man confirms, and the attendant sighs, preparing to come clean. She reveals that a long time ago, a woman was murdered by her husband in that room. They blocked it off soon after when they kept getting reports of strange occurrences. Eventually, they were made aware of a spirit with pale skin living in that room who noticeably had red eyes. She was staring back at him through the keyhole.